Hello learners! Welcome to another exciting episode of English Language Essentials, your guide to English language learning only here at SDO Bayawan TV, where you learn at your own pace and style. I'm Teacher Ian, your teacher for today. Come and join me as we conquer and discover the 21st century literature of the Philippines and the world. Now, go grab your pen, paper, and self-learning module as we start our journey. Are you ready? Since your junior high school years, you have read a number of Philippine literary texts like The Wedding Dance, How My Brother Leon Brought Home a Wife, The Bread of Salt, The Centipede, and many others. But do you know how Philippine literature evolved? Our forefathers already had their literature, which reflected in their customs and traditions. They had their alphabet even before they had been colonized. The Philippine literary history started in the pre-colonial period. During this time, the literature of the Philippines depicts of people's livelihood, customs, and traditions. They were all passed down from generation to generation by word of mouth. Folktale, fable, legend, myth are prominent during this period. Let's recall, what is a folktale? A folktale is an anonymous, timeless, and placeless tale circulated orally among the people. Now, let's talk about the Spanish influence in our literature. In 1521, expeditions to the Philippines were sent by Spain. In their conquest, the Spaniards brought Christianity with them. Hence, the clergy made a great impact on faith, education, and government. With this, Filipinos were taught to read and write religious instructional materials such as a Philippine epic narrative of the life of Jesus Christ, focused on his passion, death, and resurrection called the Passion. Moreover, children coming from the intellectual middle-class families were sent to Europe to get an education. Who do you think are these prominent Filipinos? Yes, you are right. Jose P. Rizal, Gregorio and Marcelo del Pilar, amongst others, were educated in Europe. Upon their return, they brought European ideas of liberty and freedom with them. Such ideals would then give rise to Filipino nationalism. In 1898, the U.S. established a civil government in the Philippines. Linguistically, the Americans influenced Filipino writers to write using English language. This led to the use of English as the medium of instruction. Philippine literature was interrupted in its development when Japan conquered the Philippines. Philippine literature in English came to a pause. Publications were censored by the military, and Tagalog was declared an official language. After World War II, the Philippines had to deal with the economy and the need for rehabilitation and reconstruction of infrastructures. How do you think these affect Philippine literature during this period? The effects of war such as political, economic, social confusion, as well as poverty, found their way into the short stories and novels during the time. Now, you have learned how the Philippine literature evolved from pre-colonial to the contemporary period. To fully appreciate the literature in the Philippines, you must be aware of our country's history, culture, and society. So there you have it. Today, we have learned the Philippine literary history. See you on our next episode of English Language Essentials, only here at SDO Bayawan TV, where you learn at your own pace and style.